This is part 2 of the most shocking books I've ever read. If you don't know me, hi, my name is Carrie, and I read a book a day to give you the best thriller, mystery, and horror book recommendations, so if you're into that, make sure to give me a follow. First is the most recent addition to this list. You guys recommended this book to me in part 1, and boy did it deliver. This book follows the story of a woman who has an affair with a married man, and then she becomes friends with his wife and learns the deep dark secrets of their relationship. I know when the plot of a thriller seems really straightforward that there's something hidden within, but I really wasn't able to guess what it was. Throughout this book we get 2 POVs. We get one from the main character Louise as she's sleeping with this married man, and then we get a second POV from his wife Adele. And so we're seeing the deceit and the betrayal and all of the lies from both sides, and that's where things start to get a little blurred for me. So of course throughout this book I'm trying to figure out who I should believe, and I was not looking in the right place at all. I totally understand why people are shocked by the ending of this book. It is just so beyond what I would have ever thought of, and it was brilliant. I absolutely loved it. Next we have What Lies Between Us by John Mars. This book is available on Kindle Unlimited. This book follows a daughter named Nina and a mother named Maggie, and Maggie is actually chained in the attic of Nina's house. Throughout this book we're trying to figure out why Nina would do this to her mother, or what her mother did to deserve it. Nothing, and I do mean nothing, could have prepared me for why she had her chained in the attic. This book definitely kept me guessing the entire time. It gave me whiplash, and that ending, incredible. Next we have The Night It Ended by Katie Garner. Now this one is underrated and you guys are sleeping on it, and if you haven't read it you need to, because this book absolutely blew my mind. This book follows psychologist Dr. Madeline Pine, and she gets a phone call from a private detective who's looking into the unaliving case of a girl named Charlie. Charlie's body was found at the bottom of a ravine. She goes to this all-girls private school for troubled youth, and her mom just doesn't think this was an accident, even though the police think it was. So Dr. Madeline Pine goes to this school to figure out what happened to Charlie, and she starts talking to all the girls there, and oh my goodness, this tangled web of lies, it's wow. I love when a book has an unreliable narrator, because you want so badly to believe them, and then you second guess them because they're second guessing themselves, and boy was this one just really twisty. Now the twist in this book, wow, that's really all I'll say about it. It completely blindsided me. I had no idea that that was gonna happen. Wow. Fourth, we have I Let You Go by Claire McIntosh. In the very beginning of this book, there's a little boy named Jacob, and he's on a walk with his mom, and he gets hit by a car and is unalived. The driver never stops and gets away, so detectives are on the case. Jenna is totally devastated about what happened to Jacob, so she decides she's going to start a new life in this little coastal town. There are a few big twists in this book. I will admit I saw the first one coming from an absolute mile away. I think that a lot of people will be able to guess that one. But the twists, they keep twisting in this one, and it gave me whiplash. I definitely did not see them coming. It was wild. This book is so intricate and well thought out, and you guys have to read it if you haven't, because wow. And then we have Local Woman Missing by Mary Kubica. This book follows a string of people who go missing in one community, and then 11 years later one of them shows back up. I think part of the reason this book shocked me so much is because it was one of the first books that I read that had multiple POVs and multiple timelines, and so I was getting a little lost in keeping track of who everybody was and all of the things going on. That being said, I loved how thoughtfully this book was put together. It was curated in just a way that you think you know what was going to happen, but then completely get blindsided. This is one of those books that just left me staring at the wall. I read it in one sitting and I just absolutely loved it. Have you guys read any of these books? And if you have, let me know if you guessed any of the twists without spoilers, and let me know a book that completely shocked you.